Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Discord Brats. I'm your host Chris, and usually I'm here with my co-host Red, but he will not be here this week. Instead, we have the lovely Ruby here with us.
Good evening, everyone.
So Ruby is actually an alter of the system, and today we're just going to be getting to know her a little bit more, and she does have a couple of things that she would like to say, some random thoughts going through her head. And I see
Yeah,
that smile, so what's on your mind?
yeah, just some random things I want to get to know about Chris a little bit more, let you guys in on some things. Like the first one is the Jehovah's Witness. Why don't you explain that a bit, Chris?
So the Jehovah's Witness actually ended up being a joke at first because we have our friend Ravi, who we actually call the goddess, and Jehovah's Witness came from a joke like Jehovah's Witness, how people go door to door asking is like, oh, your Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. So instead of saying that, our Lord and Savior Ravi. So I thought instead of it calling it Jehovah's Witness, it was like, all right, let's call it Jehovah's Witness instead. So we're gonna make some T-shirts and all that other stuff. It's kind of like a ongoing joke between all of us.
We're also working on like these quote unquote passages and these
Oh yeah, that's right.
scriptures. Like one of them is all praise the Jehovah at all times. Another one is thou shalt not be a basic white bitch and use the damn spices. And the third one that we have so far is thou shalt be a petty ass hoe at all times.
And what happens if you don't follow those scriptures?
You're just fucked.
Do you get like kicked out of like Jehovah's Witness if you don't follow the scriptures?
No, you're just fucked because you're not fun. You're boring.
Well, damn, I was expecting it's like, yeah, you're banished from the kingdom. Like that's it. Like you can't follow the scriptures, you can't follow our rules, and goodbye. You can't be part of us. You can't sit with us.
We're not the cool kids table.
We could be.
We could be, but we're not the cool kids table.
All right, fine. All right, guess we're not the cool kids then. What would be another
We're
thing
better
that's
than the cool kids.
we're better than the cool kids?
Yeah.
Okay.
So what is your opinion on Jehovah's Witness?
I have no opinion.
You have
It's
no
just
opinion?
it's kind of a thing. That's really it. I've accepted the thing. It is a thing.
It's just a thing that you've accepted and you're a part of?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. Then, what is your opinion on space travel?
Space travel?
Space travel. What do you think about space? You know, the absolute terrifying thing that is space, where if you are not in a spacesuit, you both, one side completely burns up and the other side just freezes and you just die.
You say the first thing that you said about space travel was like activate some shit in my brain, like that woke moment where we're literally nothing. We're just in like this ball, just floating. Like, how the fuck did space even become a thing? Like, this is all like we're all in a simulation, so that answer doesn't really matter.
Oh, we're in a simulation, huh?
Yes.
Just so the listeners know, no, I'm not high. Yes, this is just how I am, and it's just you're gonna feel high after this episode. Just know that.
Everybody's gonna be woke after this episode.
Yeah, you're gonna be woke. But yeah, what do you think about space?
Scary.
I think it's pretty cool. The fact that if you don't do things right, you're fucked. If you don't wear the spacesuit properly, all your oxygen is just gonna disappear.
Okay, but how do they know what's gonna happen? Did they like send somebody out and tell them, all right, take off your spacesuit, and like they know for a fact that your head will explode, or is that just based off of guesses?
The head exploding, that's more of a guess. Knowing about the whole one side of your body freezes while the other side literally burns up is because they know the two temperatures. On one side of an area, it is extremely hot because the sun is right there and there's all that radiation and heat. And then on the other side, there is no sunlight, there is no heat, so it's just below freezing. It's just terribly cold.
That's kind of scary.
So
That's
just
also really
imagine,
cool.
just imagine you're floating in space and one side is facing the sun. Your face is facing the sun and you get kicked out of a spaceship without a spacesuit. So you just get to feel your front half completely melting while your backside is just freezing and cracking.
That is a sight. That is a sight to think about.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's terrifying, but it's also pretty cool. Just like the
things
ocean.
that you think about?
Yeah, these are the things I think about. Like the ocean. How terrifying is the ocean to know that it is so big that after so many years of exploring it, we've explored maybe 1/100th of it. We know almost nothing about the ocean. We are still finding species that are in the ocean, and things could be living there that are more dangerous than we have ever seen, and we just wouldn't know.
I'm gonna be having some nightmares tonight. Like,
we just we just wouldn't know. Like there
that
could
is
be
true.
megalodons. There could be megalodons and big ass sharks and dinosaurs that are still living there. And we just never know.
Well, yeah, there's they say that there are like different types of species that live so far beneath that they can't actually come up to the surface because of the pressure. Like it would
Yeah,
actually kill them to come up.
yeah.
So we'd have to be the ones to go down to explore, and that's scary as hell. I don't even like going into deep into
Imagine
the
how
ocean.
strong that
Yikes.
thing is to survive that pressure. All that pressure
Yeah.
that just crushes steel, thick steel, like it's nothing. And it just
Ooh.
swims around like it's every day, like it's just normal.
Yeah, that's really scary.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the things I think about. And there's still forests we haven't explored. There's caves we haven't explored. So I'm sure there's still cave animals in caves we don't know, species in caves we don't know about, or things that fly that just fly higher than we go
Like above like planes and stuff, because that would
above
be.
planes. And they have their own thing. They do their own thing and just ignore everything else.
This is like a mind fuck on my brain because I don't like not knowing things, and you're putting like all this new information into my head.
Okay, what about this? What about the Bermuda Triangle? It has been proven to not exist, yet it has been proven to exist.
I believe in
The,
it.
the Bermuda Triangle is a place where things just disappear, right?
Right.
What if that little area is just an area that has creatures that we don't know about and no one's lived to tell the tale about because those creatures just fucking destroy everything?
You want to take a trip to the Bermuda Triangle, and we'll like do like a whole like episode about that. Let's go on a cruise to the Bermuda
We're going
Triangle.
on a cruise to the Bermuda Triangle to see if it is actually something dangerous and if we die. Sounds like a fun time.
Let's do it. I've never been on a cruise before. I've never been to the Bermuda Triangle. This is gonna be interesting.
So what are things you think about now that you know? I think about the ocean, space, Mars, and other things like that.
You think about like smart stuff. My brain is literally empty unless I'm doing something. Like literally, I'll be lost in thought. Like I will be completely zoned out. You'll ask me what I'm thinking about, and if I say nothing, I really mean nothing. It's just blank. That's it.
That sounds fun. Like pretty fucking fun.
It's
Or not.
it's not fun or not. I don't know. It's just like if I were to like sometimes I do have like those woke moments about like space and stuff. Like we really do just be sitting here like in the middle of like absolute bum the fuck nowhere. We still don't know how the hell we even got here.
Yeah,
And
we don't.
it gives me just like a little woke moment. Like, how does this shit happen? I start questioning shit for like a good like 10 minutes, and then I'm just over it, and I just go on to my next little whatever it is thing that I'm doing.
That is funny.
I don't stay on one thought for too long.
So, one of the things I want to talk about is you get drunk a lot and high a lot, like I do, right?
Right.
So, tell me the funniest story of what happened when you were drunk or high.
Which one?
Whichever one you see is the funniest.
I can give you the story the first time I ever got high.
Do it. Let's
That
do it.
was
Let's
funny.
hear that.
So me and my friend, what you call it? You know her. I don't want to say her name in case she doesn't want to be on here. I just actually just spent the last weekend with her. So for my 17th birthday, for some reason, my mom would not let me go out. I was stuck at home. She's like, "Oh, you can't stay over this. You can't stay over her house. You got to stay here, have her sleep." I was like, "Whatever, fine." So I ended up getting in touch with some guy, and I told him, I was like, "Hey, it's my birthday. Do you have any deals going on?" So he ends up giving me three of like, you know, like those giant like Costco cookies, like the
Yeah.
fudge ones.
Yeah.
He gave me three edible cookies for like $15 for my birthday. So I was like, all right, that's a good deal. So me and her had one each plus a half of the other one at once.
Jesus.
Nobody told us.
How much were they? How much was in them?
I don't know. I asked him before. I asked him after, like, you know, we already ate them. He's like, "Oh, I put everything but regs in there." So I was like, "Oh shit."
Ooh, so
Yeah.
you got fun. You had a fun time.
I was hallucinating. That's how high I was. But so we ate the whole, he didn't tell us to take a bite and then wait. He literally just gave it to us and said have fun. So we ate the whole cookie each plus half of the third one. So now we're just laying in like my basement, we're just chilling, and like I started getting tired. So she was like, "Yo, call your dealer. These cookies ain't shit. They're not doing anything to us." So my phone was charging on the other side of the room, so I went to go get up to get the phone. I was like, "Yeah, you know what? You're right. I'm gonna see if I can get some more." That was the worst thing I could have done because as soon as I got up off the couch, I literally face planted the floor. Like I got the biggest head rush because I was so high, and I was like, "Bro, I'm not calling him." And she was like, "Why?" And I was like, "Bro, you're high." "No, I'm tired." I was like, "No, no, no, no. You need to stand up." So I got her up. Now a couple of hours go by. We're lit. Like it was just it. Like there was no going back from there. And she was on the phone with one of our friends, and he was telling her that, you need to shut up, you need to stop laughing, because all we were doing for like a good hour is just laughing, like pissing ourselves laughing. So he starts telling me, he was like, "Oh, you need to stop laughing, you're gonna die if you keep doing that." So we're looking at each other.
No! You got
Bro.
so fucked up and someone fucked with you on your trip?
Yeah. So but the thing is like we didn't even let it bother us. Like he was like, so me and her looked at each other, like, "All right, yo, we gotta chill, we can't die." I looked, I was like, "Yeah, if I die, my mom's gonna kill me. Like I cannot die right now." It's like, so we looked, we got serious for a second, busted out laughing again. I guess she didn't realize that I was laying right next to her, so she was still on the phone. She was like, "Yo, I think I became the Joker," and she has like this shit-eating grin on her face as she's speaking. And I looked at her, I was like, "Huh?" She's like, "I think there's scars on my cheeks. Like I can't." And I was like, "Bro, you're smiling, you fucktard." She jumped, like I thought she almost shit herself because I scared her so bad by sitting like right next to her while I was talking to her. Like we were high for the next 3 fucking days, and the next day after we went to bed, I was so high and I went to go get my belly ring pierced. So the guy,
Jesus.
we walk into the pierce shop, and the guy knew that something was up. So he looks at me and he's like, "Oh, what do you want to get done today?" So I was like, "Yeah, I want to get my belly ring done." And he's like, "All right, bet." So he's like, sit down on the table. He's gonna get everything ready. So he looks at me. He's like, "Oh, lift your shirt. Let me see what size I might need." So I lift up my shirt, and he's like, "Okay, sit back down." And he looks at me. He goes, "Stand back up. Let me see again." And I'm doing what he's saying. And he's telling me, "Sit down, stand up, sit down, stand up, lay down, sit down." And I'm doing it. And I think, and then what got him to stop messing with me was when he told me to take my shoes off, and I went to go take them off. For what reason, I don't know. And
You
he
went
looks at
to
me. He's like,
take
"Are
your
you
shoes
okay?"
off?
Yeah, he told me to take my shoes off. So my high ass was like, "All right." I mean, the piercers tell me to take my shoes off. I'm gonna take my shoes off. And my high ass wants to go take my shoes off. And he stops me. He's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, I'm good."
Yeah, yeah, I'm good. Just stab my gut.
No, but the worst part was recently you said that, "Oh, it's messed up that somebody fucks with your trip." Over the summer, I ate 520 milligrams of fucking chocolate edibles and then crossfaded with green tea shots. And my
God
friend,
damn.
I had a whole big Gatorade bottle of like straight up like Irish whiskey and like peach snaps. And I drank the whole thing on top of the fucking what is it, the chocolate bar thing. And like clockwork, 45 minutes in, I was high as shit. And it got really bad because I started throwing up. So he comes into the bathroom, and he comes into the bathroom, he's like, "Christina." And I was like, "What?" And I was like, I'm like, "Get out, whatever." Like, like I'm ugly, like ill. He's like, "No, no, no, no." He's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just puking." He's like, "No, no, no. Your lung. That's what happens when you smoke. You just threw up your lung." My dumbass believed
He
it.
he tried to get you to quit smoking while you were high by saying you were throwing up your lungs.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh, yo, that's a piece of your lung." He's like, "Yo, you need to go to a hospital." And I was like, "No, I'm not going." He's like, "Yo," he's like, "That's what happens when you smoke, man. You're throwing up your lung over here." And I'm thinking to myself that my actual lung is in the fucking toilet, to the point where I FaceTimed my brother because he knew what was going on. I FaceTime my brother and I'm showing him a puke filled toilet saying, "Yo, my friend told me I threw my lung up. Is that my lung? Is that my lung?" And he's looking at me. He's like, "Christina, ride the high and go to fucking bed," and hung up. He got so annoyed with me, but like I was so annoyed with my friend because he really tried to like really fuck with me when I got when I was thrown up at his house. But it was funny. What was
What
one
an
of your
asshole.
yeah, but what are you gonna do? What was one of your stories?
I don't have too many crazy stories. But the craziest one was I got drunk one night and it was like close enough to business hours that no one would have cared. So I just went out to the backyard, fired up the forge, and started blacksmithing while shit faced off of an entire bottle of vodka.
And you didn't hurt yourself?
No, no, I just started blacksmithing. I just started banging on metal, but I was so drunk that well, I was hitting the metal cold. I had it in the fire for like hot it long enough to be a little malleable, but not hot enough to actually shape the metal. And I just started banging on it hard. And like, bro, this is like titanium tungsten shit. I just got so confused why this steel was not moving the way it's supposed to. And I just kept going at it until I had to stop. Cause like the neighbors started going, "Yo, it's getting late. Could you stop?" I'm like, "Sure, I'll start off tomorrow." And then I fucking just went online and just started playing games with our friends.
How long does it need to be in there for it to be like heated up to like where you need it to like shape it?
Uh, roughly about 2 minutes.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah,
I think you have to like leave it in there for like maybe like a solid like 10 or like 15 or something for it to get like really hot.
not in a proper forge. The
That's it.
issue
I know
is,
nothing
I
about
thought
it.
I legit thought I had left it in there for like 10 minutes.
Oh my god. It's one of those drunks where time goes by so fast.
It was probably just like maybe half a minute. And I was just banging on it, just slightly bending it, slightly moving that steel. Just very fucking pissed and hitting harder and harder because it was not getting hot.
Oh my god. That's actually pretty funny.
Yeah. Other than that, I don't have too many. Like there was this one time after, well, while hanging out with a couple friends in Sacramento, where we had edibles while we were playing card games, and it's California, so the light edibles were like 50 milligrams. So we had one of those, and then all three of us were like, "We're really not feeling anything." So they ate two more. I ate three
Oh,
more,
oh my
and then
god.
we got fucked. So
That shit sticks up.
our poor friend, fucking Spencer, he had to babysit three high ass people as we went through Walmart to go get candy.
Oh no.
And we went and we got Sour Patch Kids, we got other candy, and then we went back just high as fuck, having a grand old time. And then played this. It's a game like Cards Against Humanity, but like you do it meme wise.
Oh, is that like evil apples or some shit like
No,
that?
it's like Cards Against Humanity, but you create these little meme stories.
What do you mean?
Yeah, what do you meme?
Oh, okay.
That game. Yeah, we played that for like hours, and then everyone just went to bed after that. So I don't really have any ridiculous stories where someone was like, "Yo, you threw up your lung, bro."
Do you when you went out when you're high and you go out to buy candy, do you usually get a lot or are you able to like contain yourself?
I'm able to contain myself. We only got
Oh,
like 3 bags of Sour Patch Kids.
oh, lucky you. I still have a whole bag full from this weekend,
I mean,
$75 worth.
you had these ridiculous stories about getting high and drunk. That's fun.
Yeah, I have a whole bunch of them, but I'm not gonna.
What is something that you want to do yet haven't? Like Renaissance fairs or.
I thought you were talking about drugs. I was about to say acid.
Oh, drug wise, what drugs do you want to do? Like acid? That I do want to try acid as well. Like
Yeah,
honestly, we want to try it.
I want to try acid. It only like trips you out for like 30 minutes max, right?
No, it ranges from like 30 minutes to 90 minutes.
Oh, that's not bad. But yeah, that's the only thing I would be willing to try. Like, if I'm not gonna go out of my way to try it, but like that's the one thing I would be
You're a
willing to
smart
try.
cookie.
I
What
would.
you don't want any you don't want any speed, any coke, any
I know
meth.
I've done coke before. I will never do it again.
That interesting. You have done coke before, huh? How
Yeah.
was that?
I was shit faced, high, and on from weed and coke. So I think my brain. I felt like I was sober at one point or another, but I was really fucked. Like I didn't know, my brain just didn't know which direction to go because I was on all fucking three at one time, and it was just not a good experience.
I just remembered a story that is pretty funny about being high. So we were out with our friend, another friend at this one point, and we were smoking a bong. We had like 4 bowls each of some really, really strong stuff. It was like 90% in THC. And
Right.
like, that's a lot, right?
Right.
So we get so high, and instead of doing anything, you know, that moment where you stand up and you like feel, you know, you're high because you stood up. Yeah,
Yeah.
we were like, we're not high, so we stood up, and then we realized we are fucked. But instead of doing anything that would be smart, no, we start going around in a circle, like rotating our head, like the sort of like that, and like watching ourselves move before we move. And then as we do that, we looked at our friend and went, yo, I can see myself before I move, and then I move. And he's like, what? I'm like, here, let me show you. I'm gonna kick. And then we kick. And he's like, yeah, you
God.
told me you were gonna kick. And we're like, no, I could see the kick. I could see where the kick goes.
You can see where the kick goes.
And then for like an hour and a half, we was just kicking and practicing these different kicks and punches in our eyes, perfecting them because we could see where they went, so we could watch ourselves doing it and perfect it. And then our buddy Gid, he joins in. So for like another hour and a half, there's just 2 really high guys practicing kicks in a backyard. And then yeah, we just start practicing kicks, practicing punches, spinning around, doing spin kicks, all the whole shebang. And then Gideon stops. We stop and we just look at him and go, "Yo, I'm hungry." It's like, "Yo, me too. Let's head back to your place." So we head back to my place. Go to the Carl's Jr. right across the street near where we live. Got food and then went back and watched anime.
Well, that seems like the perfect night.
Yeah, we spent like, it got a workout in because we were high and practicing kicks.
Oh my God.
We were positive we could see the kicks.
I tried to work out once while I was high. My brother's girlfriend at the time, me and her decided that we are gonna go to the gym together, and we were gonna smoke before we went to the gym. We got so high, and when you work out, your heart's pumping, like you get
Yep.
higher from it. So we walked into the gym. We did one workout with the arms with the weights like going behind your head like that.
Yeah.
And we were doing it for 5 minutes. We couldn't stop laughing, and then we got paranoid that somebody new would show up. We thought we were in there for like a good 2 hours, and we left. We got back into the car, and I looked at the time. I was like, "Yo," and she's like, "What?" I was like, "Yo, how high are you?" She's like, "Why?" I was like, "Bro, we were in there for 5 minutes." And she was like, "Oh, I'm not going back in there." So she just drove me home, and we just went back to my house.
Yep, that sounds about right. The whole paranoia of people knowing you're high, that is still there, even in California, where it's completely legal.
Damn. But you know you're high when you make your first fuck up. Like after you smoke or you're waiting for an edible to kick in, whether you're typing and you fuck up a message, or in my case, I couldn't figure out how to open up a door, and that's when I got slapped in the face. The same guy that fucked with me in my lung. I went to go outside to smoke a cigarette, and I'm trying to turn the knob, and the door just wasn't opening. So then I look up, and like out of nowhere, I just got like a head rush, and I was like, "Oh, she high." It's like, "Yo, I need your help. Come here and open this door." That's how you know you're fucked, is when you make that first.
When you make that
up.
simple mistake,
Yeah.
you know
Yep.
you're absolutely fucked.
Yep, that's exactly how it goes.
For me, it's just fucking up the pin to our phone. Because it is such an easy pin to remember, right? We can do it without even looking.
Right.
And then when I'm super fucking high, I try and enter the pin. If I fail like 3 times, I'm like, I'm fucked. I'm fucked.
On a scale of 1 to fucked, how fucked are you? Ruby can't enter a pin fucked.
Ruby can't enter a pin fucked. But yeah.
That's going to be the new measurement.
That's the new measurement. Ruby can't enter a pin fucked.
Or falling off the bed 4 times. Without anybody saying anything. Oh my God.
Yeah, that is something that happened. The first time we met these people, Chris and Ravi, we got drunk one night, and one of the other alters, he fucking got so drunk that he just kept falling off the bed while sitting on it, doing absolutely nothing, not even moving, just fell right off 4 different times.
We were like, you could just blow. You didn't even have to blow on him. You could just see him just slowly just tilting towards the front and boom, right onto the floor.
And then instead of just having the closest person, which was Chris, help him up, no, the fucker goes, no, I need the sober one to help me up.
You gotta do your voice deeper than that.
I can't.
It's so funny.
It's hilarious.
It's so rude. I was like, I'm right here. He's like, no, yeah, I don't trust you. I want the sober
I
one.
need the
And I'm like,
sober
what?
one. You're not sober. I need the sober one to help me up.
Listen, if we would have both fell, we would have both fell. That would have made the story even funnier. But no, he wants to be Mr. Safety all of a sudden.
I don't know why. He never cares about safety, breaking down doors and everything.
Maybe he should get drunk more often. He'll be a safer person.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Makes some drinking makes people unsafe, and drinking for him makes him safe. It's the opposite.
I have one last question.
Shoot.
If you could have any superpower, what would it be?
Oh no, don't do this to me.
Go ahead. It could be anything. I need to know. It's important.
How is that important?
It's important. Don't question my judgment.
What? Any superpower?
Any superpower.
Well, damn. Honestly, it's a mix between, and this one's more of like on a joking side, reading minds, because all the like usually whenever I get into a fight with one of my friends, it's always about me trying to be a mind reader. So I'm like, huh, I'm a mind reader now. But seriousness, I'd probably have to pick being able to fly.
So you're
that's
boring.
Pretty fucking awesome. What?
Yeah, you're boring.
No, strength. Definitely strength.
Yeah, you're boring.
Why is it boring?
Because you need to be more original. The superpower I wish I had, you want to know what that is?
What?
The ability to make people forget about me completely as I choose.
Ooh.
Because just imagine, I meet somebody new, I rob them, and then they forget about me. They didn't know that they just got robbed because they completely forgot.
We got a future supervillain over here, huh?
Just imagine how beautiful that would be.
I mean, that would be cool, but that's some evil supervillain in the training right there.
Or it could be something different. You're on a stealth mission to go bust up a gang, and they catch you. They're like, hey, who the fuck are you? Get the fuck out of here. And then you leave, you hide, they forget about you. You could just try again and again. As
you know
many
what you could
times.
also do? What about shapeshifting?
Shapeshifting would be pretty cool too, but I would,
because that would actually.
I wouldn't transform into things people would think, like a dragon or a bear or anything. No, I would do the better things. I would be a squirrel.
A squirrel?
I would be a squirrel.
Why a squirrel?
Because I could go to any forest, hook up with other squirrels, and just create an army. And now what are you gonna do? Now what are you gonna do? There's this human that has an army of fucking squirrels, transforms into a squirrel, and just attacks your ass.
Squirrel? I was not expecting that when you said squirrel.
No one is.
That was totally
no one except just like no one expects the Spanish Inquisition, no one expects the squirrels.
I don't even remember what that even is. You can see where my brain is after high school.
Yeah, just not existent.
I know what happened in Spain. Oh my god. Was there anything, any other thoughts that you have for our viewers today?
No, it's just a short episode while I just throw out some random thoughts.
All right, then. I just want to thank everybody so much for listening, and we are going to be back next week, Saturday at 12 p.m. You can join us on Spotify, YouTube, Podbean, Amazon Music, or any Alexa device, and make sure you're hitting that follow or subscribe button to stay updated when a new episode comes out. I just want to thank Ruby again for being our special guest on this episode today. You were amazing. You guys can follow us on Instagram. My handle is CSEV97 and Red's is Redmoon System. We are the Discord Brats, and until next Saturday, peace out.
And just remember, fear the squirrels.